Hi all, Mary Bulger here, Naturalist with Iowa County Conservation. And today for our Facebook Live, I thought I would kind of do a continuation of yesterday. Yesterday we were outside and looked at what's popping up in the garden out there. So I thought maybe we'd do a little Facebook Live on how to start seeds today. And so this is a project that you can do at home with your family. With a lot of things that you just already have around the house. So I'm going to kind of just go over a few different materials here, and I will kind of start out with some seeds that I have actually already started, go through my materials and some seeds and kind of demonstrate how to do that. So let me turn my camera around here so you can take a look. Let's see. And I started some basil, some parsley, and some thyme. A lot of them are doing really well, and they are just about ready to be transplanted into larger pots. But some of the materials that I have with me today, you don't have to have a fancy seed starter like this. This is actually a little mini greenhouse. And you can see that there are like lots of individual little compartments that you can put the seeds in and then put this top over. And what happens with this greenhouse, you water them, of course, keep them nice and moist, and this top lets the sunlight in, but it does keeps it warm inside, so it helps those seeds grow. But you don't have to have a fancy greenhouse, little mini greenhouse like this, or even a big greenhouse to start seeds. You can use some everyday materials you might have at home. For example, here I have an egg carton. And so this is something that you can use to start seeds in, and you probably have some egg cartons at home. Or you could use one of these little pans here with the plastic top lid and a metal bottom. Would work great, would act exactly like a greenhouse would. Or you can even use plastic cups like this. If you don't want to do kind of a lot of seeds and start a lot of seeds, you can use little plastic cups like this, and you can tape them together, and that kind of acts like a little mini greenhouse as well. So today we are going to be starting some things in our egg cartons here. And I have a little bit of a selection of seeds here, some different kinds of seeds. Now when it comes to seeds, it just depends on what you're wanting to plant and the time of year you're wanting to plant. Later after our Facebook Live, I will post some information, good information about different things like that. So you can kind of have an idea of what's good to start seeds right now. So radishes are always a good early option, but radishes sometimes prefer, or mostly prefer, to be planted outdoors or directly sown into the soil. And the good thing about seeds is if you take a look at the back of the package, there's all kinds of great information on there, like where and when they like to be planted, how far apart you should plant them, how many days it takes until they germinate or start to grow, the season or the month you should plant them in, as well as lots of other information on how to take care of them. So radishes are definitely something that you want to direct sow out into the seed bed. But things like squash or different kinds of flowers like zinnias or tomatoes or peppers are good things to start inside this time of year. We still may get some frost and some cold weather, but these are great things to start right now. And also, these are direct seeds, but a really neat thing that they started to make are these garden mixes that are tape. And if I take these out, you'll be able to see this kind of just looks like big long ribbon. And what is going on here is these seeds are directly put into the tape. So if you want a big row of something, a nice even straight row, this is the way to go. And so you can find seeds at your local grocery store. This is the time of year that that everyone's starting to put out seeds. So if you take a trip to the grocery store to get some of your essentials, if they have some seeds, take a look at those. So I'm going to set my camera down, turn it around here, and kind of demonstrate how to start our egg seed carton here. So what I'm going to do, I have some seed starting mix right here, and this is just Miracle-Gro brand, but you don't have to use seed starting mix. What the seed starting mix has in it is some extra nutrients and things for those seeds to start growing when they're just starting their lives out. But you can use any kind of potting soil, will be fine as well. So what I'm going to be doing here is taking a little bit of potting soil, and I'm going to be just kind of sprinkling it in here in my egg carton. And this is a really fun project to do at home with your family, get kids involved, and to start maybe growing your own food, or if you've never gardened before, it's a fun way to start out and getting things ready, because it is starting to get warm, we're starting to get sunshine, we're starting to get more rain, and it's a fun family activity that you can do for pretty inexpensively. So I put my soil in my egg cartons into all those little sections, and so today I'm going to plant some zinnias, or start some zinnias right here in the egg carton. So I'm going to look at the back of the seed packet here, and it tells me how deep I want to put those. So it says about 1/4 of an inch deep, and I know that my thumb is about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to press it just down just a little bit and put those seeds in there. So I'm going to just make a little hole with my finger. I'm going to place those down, and I'm going to cover them up with soil. And I'm going to put a couple of seeds in each little section here, so I can have maybe a couple sprouts in each. Sometimes seeds don't take, and that's why I usually put a couple in each. So zinnias are a really great annual flower if you want to attract pollinators to your yard, because they produce a lot of nectar. They're beautiful and they have lots of color. So zinnias are a great thing to add as an annual flower to your yard, either in bed, or they grow great in pots as well. So I have my seeds. They're in my egg carton. They're covered up. Then I want to take a little bit of water, and I just want to give them a little bit of a drink. Now, when you're using water, something that I do is I will fill a gallon jug or a pitcher like this and fill it all the way up, especially if you're using city water that might have chlorine in it, and then I let it sit for a few days, and that helps get the water or the chlorine and some of the chemicals out. So I put some water in my egg carton here. One material that I do not have that you will need for this egg carton greenhouse is a piece of plastic wrap. And so what you want to do, take a piece of plastic wrap, you put it over the top here, and that will act like the little greenhouse, and the light will be able to come in, and you will be able to start to see when they germinate. Now, if you use this cake pan, then you don't have to use the plastic wrap. Same kind of procedure. You put the soil in, you put your seeds in at the specific depth, add the water, and then put your lid right back on here, okay? If you're using the 2 plastic cups, same thing here. You put your soil in, put your seeds into the depth they need to be, tape the cups together. You can use masking tape or anything like that that'll kind of hold them together, and it easily comes off. So when you do need to water them, I check them daily, and you want to keep the soil moist but not too moist. And when your seeds, depending on what they are, like the ones that I've started here in my little mini greenhouse, when they start to get bigger like this, these ones are very, very close to being transplanted. So we have our sweet basil here, we have some parsley, and we have some time. So pretty soon I'm going to plant these into, let's say, a bigger container like this. Some of these pots you can put on windowsills. You can start to put them outside once the risk of frost in May is gone. But until now, they're going to be staying inside. So that is just a fun, quick project that you can do on starting seeds. If you have any questions for me about starting seeds, please put those in the comments. Also, if you have any suggestions for future Facebook Lives, please put those in the comments, and we will do our best to try to continue to do these Facebook Live posts and teach